Hi, good morning. Hope all are fine and happy. Now, in the last chapter, we have discussed about the linear spaces and normed linear spaces. Now, we are starting our next chapter, Hilbert spaces. Okay, as norm, here also we are defining an inner product that we have already discussed in our linear algebra. Now, what do you mean by an inner product? You have already studied that in our first semester, okay? And here notation is little bit different. Now, we have used the notation inner product x and y. Okay, here we are then using the notation inner product x comma y. That is the only difference. Okay, now we are moving to the definition. Okay, let H be a linear space over C. Over C means complex valued functions. Okay, and inner product xy is a function from H cross H to C. Okay, this is a function from H cross X to C satisfying these three properties. Okay, now first one, ax1 plus bx2y is equal to, this is actually x plus y comma z is equal to x comma z plus y comma z. Okay, so this is actually ax1 plus bx2y is equal to ax1y plus bx2y, linearity property. Okay, now next one, conjugation. Inner product of xy conjugate is equal to inner product of yx. Okay, and last one is non-negativeness. Inner product of xx greater than 0 and inner product of xx equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to 0. If a function satisfies these conditions, then this function is called inner product. Okay, this function is called inner product. Here also another term for inner product, scalar product. Okay, so these are the properties of inner product. Clear? This is linearity property, this is non-negativeness. Okay, now inner product of xy conjugate is equal to inner product of yx. Okay, now what about inner product of x ay1 plus by2? This you can write as inner product of ay1 plus by2 comma x conjugate. Okay, this is a complex number and this is equal to, using linearity property, this you can write as inner product of, this you can write as ay1 x ay1x plus b inner product of y2x whole conjugate. This you can write as a1 linearity property. Okay, and this is equal to a conjugate inner product of y1x conjugate plus b conjugate inner product of y2x conjugate. Okay, now this is equal to a conjugate inner product of xy1 plus b conjugate inner product of xy2. Okay, so inner product of x ay1 plus by2 is equal to, if this linearity in second term, this must be equal to a bar inner product a conjugate inner product of xy1 plus b conjugate inner product of xy2. Now consider the function p of x equal to, consider the function p of x equal to inner product of xx whole raised to 1 by 2. Okay, we will see later p defines a norm. Okay, also p of x is equal to norm of x, that we will discuss later, that we have already studied in our linear algebra. Okay, now we will discuss examples of inner product. in Cn, let xy equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n ai bi conjugate. As elements of belongs to Cn, that is a complex number, conjugate is defined, okay, where x is equal to ai, I equal to 1 to etc. n, and y is equal to bi, I is equal to 1 to n. Okay, so you have to prove this is a inner product on Cn. Okay, so I am giving this as a homework to you. Okay, now just look at x is equal to, our x is a1, a2 etc. an. Okay, and y is equal to b1, b2 etc. bn. Now what about inner product of xy? Actually inner product of xy is equal to a1 b1 conjugate plus a2 b2 conjugate plus etc. plus an bn conjugate. Okay, now you try to prove. Suppose we consider some non-negative. What about xx? X is equal to a1 conjugate square. Okay, a1 into a1 conjugate. So this become xx is equal to a1 conjugate plus a2 conjugate plus etc. plus an conjugate. And what about a1 conjugate is mod a1 square. Mod a1 square plus mod a2 square plus etc. plus mod an square. This is sum of positive terms, therefore this is clearly greater than or equal to 0. Now what about sum inner product of xx equal to 0? Inner product of xx equal to 0 implies this sum is equal to 0. Mod a1 square plus mod a2 square plus etc. plus mod an square equal to 0. This is a sum of positive terms. Each term is positive. Sum equal to 0 implies ai equal to 0 for every I, which implies x is equal to 0. Therefore inner product xx equal to 0 implies x is equal to 0. So I am giving checking linearity property or conjugation property as a homework. Okay, now we are considering the space Cn. Now what about inner product if we are considering Rn? If we consider Rn, this inner product is same as b1 conjugate is b itself. Okay, elements are real numbers. b2 conjugate b2 itself. So if you consider Rn, this inner product is actually sigma I equal to 1 to n ai bi. Now we will discuss next example. In L2, in earlier case we have defined a function on Cn. Now we consider space L2. Okay, and we have defined norm as same. In previous case Cn, this is some sigma I equal to 1 to n. Here this is sigma I equal to 1 to infinity ai bi conjugate. Okay, first we have to check whether this function is a well defined function. Okay, now here sigma from I equal to 1 to infinity ai bi conjugate, x and y are belongs to L2. If some x belongs to L2 implies x is equal to some ai I equal to 1 to infinity. Okay, and x belongs to L2 implies this condition hold. Okay, sigma I equal to 1 to infinity ai square whole raised to 1 by 2 must be clearly less than infinity. Similarly in the case of y also. Okay, now we have to check whether this element here we have inner product xy is a function from h cross h to. Okay, so if you multiply if you consider inner product of xy, we get this one. Okay, we have to check whether this belongs to our L2. Okay, now what about, now we have to check whether this belongs to C. Okay, now what about modulus of this? This must be clearly less than infinity, then only this value is a well defined one. Okay, now modulus of this is less than or equal to this one into this one, because here we apply the Holder's inequality. Okay, Holder's inequality with p equal to 2 and q equal to 2. Okay, Now this value is clearly less than infinity, this value is less than infinity, therefore this product is always less than infinity. Okay, therefore this value is less than infinity. Okay, this value is less than infinity means this is a well defined function. Okay. Next example is on C2AB, space of all continuous functions. Okay, now here we define inner product as we define this function fg as integral a to b f of t into g of t conjugate dt. Okay, now we have to prove this defines a inner product. Okay, I think this we have already discussed in our linear algebra. Okay, and here we will see norm of fg, modulus of this is less than or equal to norm of f into norm of g. Okay, now norm of f means norm of f that we will discuss later. Norm of f means inner product of f comma f whole raised to 1 by 2. Okay, today we have discussed inner product on a linear space and its examples. Okay, now in Cn, the inner product we define inner product xy as sigma I equal to 1 to n ai bi conjugate, and in L2 this is defined as sigma I is equal to 1 to infinity ai bi conjugate, and in C2 of AB it is defined as integral a to b f of t into g of t conjugate dt. In the next class we will discuss about Cauchy-Schwarz inequality.